Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to make a snow-top spruce tree with Lego bricks for today's tutorial. Let's begin with an 8x8 plate. You can use any size you wish for this tutorial. I'm going to take a 3x3x2 nose cone. I'm going to place this, well, sort of in the center. Then I'm going to place some studs kind of around the trunk. This is going to give the appearance of some freshly fallen snow around the branches that we're going to be assembling in a moment or two. So we're just going to place a few of these just around the perimeter. Next, take a 20 stud long 3.2 shaft. We're going to place this right inside the crosshole to give the trunks a little bit more support. Then I'm going to slip in 8 2x2 round profile bricks. So we're just going to feed these through, and you'll see why we're doing this here is now these will not come apart. Now if I decided just to stack the bricks on without this shaft, this tree won't be very sturdy and it will just fall apart. So I want to make sure it doesn't flake apart. You can also use a cross axle in there too, but I only have 16 and they jump up to 32 studs, so I don't want to make this tree too tall. Slip that right in there for the last one. Then we're going to place a 2x2 parabolic ring followed by 2 more 2x2 rounded profile bricks with cross-hoe. See, now this thing's pretty sturdy. We're going to repeat that again with another 2x2 parabolic ring and 2 more 2x2 round profile bricks. The reason why I'm using these type of bricks, it looks more like rough bark. Then we're going to finish up the top with a 2x2 parabolic ring, another 2x2 round profile brick, and this time I'm going to place a 2x2 parabolic ring. Now on the top I want to finish this off, so I'm just going to take a 2x2 dome brick, place that right there. For our lower limb, start with the 5x6 earth green limb element. I'm going to place a few studs on some of the outer limbs. And you can place these randomly if you choose. I'm going to do this as a bit of snow coverage on the limbs. Place this last stud right here for a total of 5. Then I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to take a stick with holder. I'm going to place the stick inside this portion of our limb assembly. We're going to make 12 of these. Now we can take our 12 earth green limbs. I'm going to populate the bottom parabolic ring. I'm just going to skip every other stick and just place these on. Now you don't have to make these perfect, as long as they latch on. That's all that matters. And then after we're done with that, we're going to proceed on filling in the remaining areas. Now sometimes if you want to manipulate these a bit better, you can always slide the shaft out a bit. I built several of these. These are pretty fun to put together. That's if the branches want to cooperate. You may have to wiggle and jiggle, and some branches may come off, so I try to make these as durable as possible here. Plus you don't want your leaves just looking too uniform. Now you got to make sure your limbs are pretty rough. We'll place those right there. Now we're going to take our 4. It doesn't matter where you start with these. I'm just going to start anywhere. And then we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to skip every other stick. We're just going to place these on here as shown. For our upper limbs, take a white 5x6 limb element. We're going to place 5 more studs on these. This will soften up our limb elements a bit. I'll place these anywhere you like. Doesn't really matter. Got to have some happy snow on the branches. And then we're going to flip this over. Take a stick with holder. Place this right here. We're going to make 12 of these. Now we're going to continue on with our white limb assemblies. We're going to fill in the remaining 4 areas in between our earth green limbs. And of course, you can tell these are white. This is going to make it look like a bit more snow has fallen on the upper branches. Place those right in there. Now, like I've mentioned, sometimes these may flake off as you're assembling, so you just reattach them back on. Okay, then we're going to go up to the next ring. We're going to do the same thing we did before and skip every other stick. See how I'm skipping this one and then doing it like this. It just makes it easier to attach the limbs. And after that, now I can continue on. And as you can see now, looks like it has a bit more depth with the darker branches on the bottom. Place this one right there. Give that a nice little home. And this one right here. So far so good. Now we got to finish up the top. And for our top limbs, take a white 5x6 limb element, and we're going to take 4 more studs. And I'm going to place these in random spots as well. Get one more. We'll place this one right here. That's if it wants to go on. We're going to flip this over. We're going to take a stick with holder. This time we're going to place this right in the middle. Now since this is the top limb, I don't want to see that black shaft, so I'm just going to take a 1x1 nose cone and just crown the top of that off. We're going to make 4 of these. Take our last 4 limbs with the holder in the middle. We're going to place these right here. And I'm going to make sure that this pointed section is at the top. What we'll do is we'll wiggle and jiggle things and fluff it up and make it look a little bit more random. This is where it gets kind of tight, so you just have to wiggle things around. Place this one right in here. Last one's always the hardest one. Now we're going to fluff up our branches a bit and kind of move things around. Now limbs may still come off. So I'm just going to make sure I kind of wiggle things around, fill in some holes, make it look a little bit more natural. Just kind of randomize things up a bit here. Looks pretty good. That completes the snow top spruce tree.